There are some questions that sound simple until you actually try to answer them. So here's one. If every person on earth believes something that wasn't true, would it become true? And you can turn that around. If something were true, but nobody believed it, would it stop being true? Because those are two very different things. What we believe and what is true. I've said this before. We live in a strange time. Almost every one of us carries access to more information in our pockets than previous generations could have imagined. We can find an expert to support almost anything we already believe. We can find an article, a video, a podcast, a study, a post, or algorithms that will happily tell us we're right. And yet we don't seem any closer to agreeing about what is true. Maybe that's because we've confused two very different questions. What do I believe? Or, what is true? See, those aren't necessarily the same thing. 2 plus 2 doesn't become 5 because enough people vote for it. Gravity doesn't conduct an opinion poll. Reality doesn't change when we don't like it. And as we discussed in the last episode, reality always sends the bill. But that leaves us with an even bigger question. How do we know what reality actually is? And that's where Kat and I want to go today. We're not going to pretend we can solve the entire philosophical question of truth in one podcast episode. Instead, we're going to ask some questions. Does truth exist outside of us? Are there rules built into reality? Are good and evil actually real? Or are they simply things societies agree upon? Why are human beings so good at recognizing somebody's deception while being remarkably capable of deceiving ourselves? And maybe the most uncomfortable question of them all, do we actually want the truth if the truth tells us we're wrong? Because maybe truth isn't something we create. Maybe truth isn't something we vote on. Maybe truth isn't even ours to define. Maybe truth is something we discover. I'm Dave.
And I'm Kat.
And this is Crusade With Me. And the truth is worth seeking. So let's go looking for it. Well, hello, my queen. How are you?
I'm good.
Are you? Outstanding. I'm glad.
We're-
We are way off schedule here.
Yeah. That's why I chuckled.
Yeah.
It's okay. We're not too old to learn
But
new things.
That's right. And it's reality. And it's the truth. Right?
It is. It is.
So-
We're not going to lie to the listeners and tell them it's Saturday morning.
No. This is
Monday night.
We're doing it Monday night because this drops in the morning, so we got to kind of get it recorded. And that's the truth.
We're just party people. The weekend was busy.
And we're not going to do chili dogs for dinner for a long time. Oh, man.
It tore us up.
Terribly. And again, that's the truth.
That is the truth.
And I know you were struggling, right? You were telling me you really didn't want to sit down and do this episode with me. I'm like, hey, I'm trying to hold your feet to the fire. You promised.
No. I promised one episode a week. Yes, I did.
And I've given you some notes. I have several notes across different things, but, we're just going to go at it. I mean, I think we have some big questions, right? And let's be honest, these are not new questions. I think these questions have been in humanity's mind and hearts for millennia. And, I love this question. If every person on earth believed something that wasn't true, would it become true? Well, and I might be too rigid in my thinking, but my thinking is that if something isn't true, I don't care how many people believe it, it isn't true. That's kind of just the way it is, right? In my simple mind.
I just can't imagine that there's any subject where everyone can agree or disagree on anything.
I agree with that too. Yes, yes.
That just is hard to wrap my mind around the question to begin with. So,
yeah.
But yes, I absolutely, it does not make something true or untrue just because the masses come together.
Okay, so here's
in my opinion.
Yeah, no, right, and that's all.
Again, we're going to say that a lot. In my humble opinion.
So, and I guess here's the truth, or here's what we need to do, probably to kick this thing off. What is truth? What is truth? And I think we have examples through mathematics. There are things in mathematics that are just true. If I have two of something, and I take and add 3 more somethings to them, I will then have 5 somethings. That's true. That will always be true, right?
Right. And the opposite is, in our world, is if you have 6 cookies and I take 3 cookies and you're left.
I have 3 cookies left. Yeah.
That's how our world works. That's how my mathematics works.
Okay. That's not the same as girl math, right? You schooled me on girl math. I didn't.
And girl math is a lie. Girl math is a lie. It's how women rationalize to make it work. I've heard your
sainted mother use that same concept. I have a coupon for 75% off, so I have to buy it.
Well, that's not a lie, but usually
that is a lie. You don't have to buy it.
No,
you want to buy it.
But she would come home and show my dad everything she got, and he'd say, "Let me see the receipt," and she would say, "But this is how much I saved," and he'd say, "But how much did you spend?" Correct. I had a coupon, and it was on sale, and this and that.
So I've seen that girl math.
Yeah,
and I didn't even realize it.
Well, the rationalization, that is kind of girl math, but now what you hear is, but it was 50% off, and it was on sale, then it was 50% off, so it was basically free. That's girl math.
Oh, the rounding down to nothing. To nothing,
yeah.
Ah, okay.
Basically free is how they say girl math works.
Okay, so let's think about this. I want to hear your thoughts on this. This is where, there's a distinction between truth and belief, right? And we know that 2 + 2 is 4. We know gravity doesn't take an opinion poll, right? I said that. A bridge doesn't care whether its engineer feels his calculations are correct. The bridge will only stand if it's correct. So in my mind, and this is coming on the heels of episode 172, reality always sends the bill. I made a statement that reality is always true. That's what kind of led up to this episode about what is true. So here's I said we probably need to define truth, and we can do it a couple of ways. We can do it mathematically and say there's truth in mathematics. That's true. There are natural laws, right, that are just true. And if you're using the
You're thinking about Star Wars?
No, well, I was thinking about, imperial. If you use imperial scale, which is the American scale, water will freeze at 32 degrees. That's true. It's consistent. It doesn't change. That's what I call natural law, so to speak. So I'm trying to think of what else I could. But you kind of get the drift.
I'd consider natural law if you wanted to rain, wash your car.
That's coincidence, but okay.
Not in my book.
Yeah, no, that's a coincidence.
I'm just here to bring levity to the conversation.
No, you're not. So when I say we need to define truth or what is true, you want to give a stab at it? Defining truth? What is true?
Isn't it the difference between what is known and what is a belief? I know you're going to want something better than that.
Well, no. I think, look, I said let's define true. When we say something's truth or it's true, what does that mean? What does true mean?
I know what
because
you said.
I think there's a heaping distance or a difference between something being true and our belief. And I've used this for years, right? You've heard me say this because I can believe, and we talk about natural law, right? Well, I'm not, I love nature, but I'm not tremendously fond of mushrooms. So if I went out and picked mushrooms, I can believe that I've picked mushrooms that are going to nourish my body and I can poison myself and die.
Right. Same with berries.
I can believe that all I want, that, hey, I believe I've got the right ones.
Yeah.
That may not be true. And if I croak, I probably didn't get the right ones.
Right.
So, in my mind, that's a marked difference between something being true and a belief. Because this is what I know now that I guess I've probably always known this. Our beliefs can and do change. I don't think truth changes. Truth is truth. Just like 4 plus 4 is 8. That's always going to be. And our beliefs, like I said, they can and do change.
Right. But I thought that's what I said. It's the difference between belief and a known.
Okay.
Am I still not saying that?
No,
right?
yeah, I see what you're saying. You're saying yes.
So
you're saying truth is
because
the
a belief
difference
does
between
change.
a belief.
A known is the truth.
Okay. Yes. Well. Yes.
Kind of like
Yes.
your equations.
Correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm
right.
just
I
gonna
agree
stop.
with that. No. It took me a minute to get there.
I just thought the more you went on, I'm thinking that isn't that what I said, man? But you know me, sometimes I don't say it correctly. But
No.
I thought that's what I was saying.
So here's a question. Let's think about this one. What is something you know is true, whether anybody agrees with you or not? What is true? Do you know of something that's true? I'll tell you something I believe to be true, and I know I don't want to get into all of these conspiracy theories, you know what I'm saying? And there's a boatload of them. And I'm not saying I'm a conspiracy theorist. However, I believe it's true that we don't know the truth about the JFK assassination, okay? Right?
Right.
No, but hear what I said. I believe it to be true that we don't know the truth
Correct.
about the JFK. I'm not saying
Right.
who did it, what did it,
Right.
anything. I'm just saying that
Right.
I believe, and I believe it to be true. And I know there's people that probably may not agree with me on that, but
Right.
that's my...
I don't think we know the truth about what happened to Charlie Kirk. I don't believe we know the truth about what
Right.
happened to JFK. Why we don't know the truth, I don't know. That's where I think the conspiracy part
you're
lies.
right. Yes.
But we don't, I believe we don't know the truth.
So, okay, now that made something else pop into my head. And I'm going to ponder this just roll it around for a minute or two. Because we don't know something, does that mean it's less true?
No, because that goes back to your original first question, right?
Right.
Kind of just the masses. But no, because we can be
Ignorant.
We can be ignorant, or there are powers that be don't want us to know the truth, or for either our own protection or for nefarious reasons.
The powers to be.
The powers that be.
The powers. I am your father.
I knew I was going to say the dark side doesn't want us to know.
I don't know what the rules are with Disney and Star Wars. I got to be careful. And I don't really want to get political, and I know that we're flirting, right? And let's be candid and truthful. Mm-hmm. We both suck at flirting, right?
Yes.
After 40 years,
Yeah.
we really suck at that. Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah.
You brought up Charlie Kirk. And I don't know, I personally never met someone. I've seen a lot of social media about this and people agreeing that, you can change your sex.
Mm-hmm.
So a man could actually be a woman and a woman could actually be a man. Mm-hmm. And in my simple mind, I think we have something called chromosomes, which really make that determination.
X's and Y's.
Yeah. And so I don't care what kind of plastic surgery you have. Mm-hmm. I think your blood test will tell us what sex you is. Mm-hmm. Just me. Mm-hmm. Do you know anybody who I personally have never had a conversation. I would love to. I kind of would like to pick their brain a little bit.
I don't.
I just don't know anyone personally that believes it. But do you understand what I'm saying? That there's a lot of there's a lot around that, and that now is that just because I don't even want to get into that whole thing. If you're watching television, they call it program for a reason, right? It's programming. And I read a long time ago, this is probably before social media. If you're seeing it in media, you're only seeing what they want you to see. And I don't know who the they are.
Right.
It's always the they. Them, they.
It's the Wizard.
Yes.
Oz.
Yes. Yeah. And we missed that. Jake was just in. He was the cowardly lion. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
I sent my apologies right off the bat.
I know. Man, I would love to. I got some video. Phenomenal. Anyway. So I think we kind of dispelled this thing about belief and truth. They're two different things. I don't care how strongly you believe something. Doesn't necessarily make it true. Okay. And we had this conversation before I turned on the record button, right? Can you think of a time when you were absolutely certain about something and later discovered, what's wrong?
I can't. I'm sure you'll be able to think of something about me.
Oh, no. I'm talking about me. I'm thinking about something for myself when I was absolutely certain.
I'm saying I can't think of the exact specific time, but I'm sure.
Shoot, yeah.
Okay, let's not. We'll be in trouble for that one. But yes, that was just an oversight. That wasn't wrong. That was an oversight. But you and I do this game where, who was that actor or who sang that song? And I have planted my flag and died on that hill.
And what's wrong?
Because I have known. And then we get the
Google it out.
And when in doubt, Google it out. And then I have been 1000% wrong. And I'll be like, and even when you show it to me, I'm still like, no, I can't believe that. That's not right.
I know. No. I know.
So, I guess that's why I can't be specific, because I think it's happened more times than not that I can be wrong.
I'm trying to think, because it doesn't, I probably just have to think to this weekend. All right.
Right.
And there's a difference between having having an absolute certainty in your mind about something and actually later discovering you were wrong. And I've got a perfect example of that happened at work today.
Oh, how convenient.
It is. So, the CEO and CFO and a couple of VPs, they have these girls at the corporate office, and they are, I don't get into titles, so I don't know what their title is, but if I was in that show you used to like, if I was in the Mad Men time frame, is that the name of the show? Mad Men?
Mad Men,
I think they'd be called Girl Fridays or something like that, or,
yeah.
She needs to make sure the president is where he needs to be on any given day.
So they're administrative assistants.
I guess.
In today, not 1950s, but yes, they're admins.
Yeah. So that's what she does.
She probably schedules all of his travel.
She does, yes.
They're admins.
There's a couple of people up there that she does that for. And then so the CFO was down and we had a meeting with him, and we do a financial review every 6 months with the staff. And after that, he was talking to my boss and I about a town hall we're going to have. And he's saying, we're going to take because we don't have a a room at the plant, the southern plant, large enough to like shut it down and bring everybody into one spot.
Mm-hmm.
We have to do it in smaller groups and just bring in departments at a time, or half a department at a time, which makes a long day.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was told, well, the president is going to take half of them upstairs into another conference room, a large conference room, and then the CFO was going to do the downstairs training center room, which can hold a lot of people. And so that means we could double the amount of people that are getting through this town hall simultaneously, which I thought was brilliant. So then the administrative assistant sends an email to the plant manager today, but copies me and says, can we nail down the times? I know it's between this time and this time, but really, like when? So I don't reply to her, but I reply to the plant manager saying, hey, Friday, I was told that we get this tag team deal going with the president and the CFO. Well, obviously the CFO was wrong or didn't get the latest communicado
Mm-hmm.
because it changed as of Monday from Friday afternoon that no, they are in the same room. The president's going to do a little ditty, and then the rest of it's the CFO, and he's bailing. So, like, well, that just took us from having 3 sessions to 6.
Mm.
Because if I had 3 downstairs and 3 upstairs at the same time.
Right.
Yeah, now it's 6. So, anyway. When I fired out that email to my manager, like, hey, look, let me help you. I'm trying to help him, right? And, he's got some health issues right now. He's waiting for back surgery, right? He's beyond miserable.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm just trying to help him. But the Good Friday girl, or what do they call it?
Administrative assistant. They have a
Um,
whole day to celebrate them.
I know. Anyway, I was just thinking about.
It's in like April or
Okay, yeah, it was
May
just
or something.
yeah. Anyway, she chimed in right away. Oh no, they're not going on simultaneously. They're both in the same. So then I fired one off I forwarded it just to my boss. Said, did I misunderstand this, or did the CFO say? He says, no, I heard what you heard, but obviously the plan's changed because. So I don't know who's running the show here, whether it's the admin. But anyway, I was adamantly convinced. Yes. And I was wrong. Okay.
Yes. Yes, sir, you were.
So let me ask you this. Do you think truth is something that we create, or is truth something that we discover?
I hope we don't create truth.
I know. I agree with you.
I mean, we shouldn't create truth.
Well, I don't know. I don't think we can. I don't think we can.
Well,
the more I think about it.
I'm thinking of some people who create truth, but
Well,
false truth. But
Yeah.
anyways, yeah. No, we should not create truth. We discover truth. We're led to truth. We're given truth.
what is truth?
No.
What is
What do
truth?
you think truth is?
I think.
Wink, wink. That was flirty.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I can tell. That was cute. That was very cute. I think truth doesn't change.
It's a constant.
It's a constant. Yeah. If it's true now, it was true before now, and it's true forever after now.
Mm-hmm.
It's just true. So what does that look like? So what does, I mean, I hate going back to math, but I mean, or the natural law, right? Mm-hmm. Gravity. Mm-hmm. I can climb a 6-foot ladder and say, I don't believe in gravity. Mm-hmm. And it probably won't end well, mm-hmm. right? And that's constant. Well, okay, now let's really muddy the water. Okay. Gravity only works on Earth. Mm-hmm. So was there a different truth on a different planet?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Then we have to
Margot.
decide if the whole moon landing was the truth or not the truth.
They've proven that one to be wrong just by the boot tread on the. I have no idea. I watched that when it happened. My mother made me watch that. Mm-hmm. It was black and white television. Mm-hmm. I explicitly remember that. I watched that. Mm-hmm. You were a little young to remember that, mm-hmm. but
I think I was, yes.
You were a year old.
Yeah. I was gnawing on a crib.
No, but it just sparked something in my mind, and I thought, I'm using gravity as an example of truth. Well, that's true, but it's only good on Earth. Mm-hmm. So are there different truths on different planets?
A compass. Is a compass...
A properly working compass, true, right? It kind of depends on some things within the...
Right.
It's a little bit mechanical device there. So a compass could be off.
Right.
But it uses magnetism, right? And magnets continue... The theory of magnetism is mm-hmm. another law of a natural law, right? So
right. I don't know
we are a perfect example of magnetism, that opposites attract.
You and I.
You're Felix Unger and I'm Oscar, whatever his last name was.
The Grouch.
No, the Odd Couple.
I know who you're talking
Felix
about.
Felix Unger and Oscar.
I don't remember.
I know. Most people that listen to this podcast probably will never have any idea what we're talking about.
Well, they did a remake.
The Odd Couple?
They did a remake.
Oh, they did?
Uh-huh. I don't know if it was successful or not, but...
So, I've talked about natural law. I talked about last episode, we talked about reality. And I think reality is truth. I do. I think that we say things, do things that impact, give consequences, and so forth and so on, to have impact reality. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of the consequence, right? Mm-hmm. So the question is, why does reality seem to have an order built into it? Because it really does, right? We could talk about physics for when you talk about energy in physics, right? I'm going back many years trying to remember this stuff. But for every
action, there's an equal and opposite reaction.
Correct. And that holds true. And so if you haven't listened to episode 172, you can go listen to that one. And I'm sorry, I did that one late at night and I was tired and I droned on and on and on.
I thought it was a great episode. I told you I thought it was one of your best.
But it was an hour and 21 minutes and I don't like making episodes that long. And it was a solo episode.
Well, we're on pace to...
We're a half hour in, a little over a half hour in.
Okay.
Yeah, we got to wrap this up, baby.
Yeah.
But there is a order to reality. that, as I said on the last episode, reality always sends the bill.
Mm-hmm.
And it is an excellent bookkeeper.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it doesn't miss. That's true. That's just true. How does that happen? Why does that happen? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It just does. Here's a reality. And I don't want to get into, we've let it be known that you have a chronic condition on these podcasts. One thing I also know is that you are plagued by, and it doesn't help your health in any shape or form, but this to me is just a reality. And this is part of the order, is that our bodies require sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right.
That they are, that's,
Yes.
science has proven this. I mean, not just to say it's, when you don't get adequate sleep, reality sends the bill.
It sure does.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's those type of things that there seems to be an order to this.
Mm-hmm.
Or, I talked about this on episode 172, talked about relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And they take time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I talked about something about we like microwavable lives, right? We want instantaneous, quick everything. You better pause when you're trying to build relationships, because you can't microwave a relationship. You can microwave a relationship, you can nuke it. Okay.
Right.
But it takes time. It takes time to show some form of consistency or frequency.
Yes.
And sustainability.
Yes.
Over time.
Mm-hmm.
That's another, that's just reality. That's true.
Mm-hmm. And people also make them very disposable, like diapers.
Yes. So, okay, let's get to the crux of this.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about truth. And in the intro, I was talking about good and evil.
Mm-hmm.
What's good?
I don't know. What do you think good is?
I think I'm pretty good, but anyway. Okay.
Yeah, of course you do.
Okay. What is evil? What is evil?
Anything.
And way back.
Anything my innards tells me is evil.
Yeah, well, no. Okay, that's dangerous, right?
I know it is.
Because we've said we can be wrong.
I know.
I've said this, I've used this, I think I used this analogy on the very first inaugural episode of Crusade With Me back in, was it January of 2020? No, yeah, January of 2025. Remember when we had this stuff set up in the garage?
Oh, that you were totally solo then.
Was I?
Your very first
Okay.
one? Yeah.
Then it might not have been the inaugural first one. But one of the first couple, we were out in the garage. You were there, I thought. And I was talking about the story of the deer with the fawn with its mama in the meadow.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And the wolf comes.
Mm-hmm.
And the mama deer fights the wolf. And the wolf eats or incapacitates mama and drags mama's carcass to the wolf's den.
Mm-hmm.
And she has cubs in the den, and then the cubs eat. If you ask that fawn,
if that was evil,
the wolf is evil.
mm-hmm.
If you ask those wolf cubs, the wolf is good.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a natural law there, right? For one.
Right.
Do you think, we know of some people have done some pretty diabolical things throughout history. And I'm not going to name the obvious ones.
Right.
All right, because that's just too easy in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Look at humanity and what the creative ways that we have developed from ancient times till now. And we claim that we're so much more civilized and we don't do this, which I'm not convinced, to torture people.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty remarkable.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not like racially motivated. This is not like one race has an upper hand on this. This is across the globe. We have this ability to figure out ways to be pretty nasty to other people in the same species.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's evil. You know?
Right.
So, okay, here's my next question. Let's dig deep into this. Are we evil?
Yes.
Humanity?
Are you asking me?
Yeah. Okay. Your opinion is yes, we are evil. Because of what I just talked about, right?
I don't know how far you want me to expand on that, or expound, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, it is of my belief that we are born into a sin-sick, fallen world.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so therefore, if we're born into a sin-sick, fallen world, we're eventually going to become sin-sick, fallen people.
Evil.
I mean, just in our lifetime, look
yes.
at what has become socially acceptable. Things that you see people excuse or explain. What was I just telling you yesterday or day before? That
you were woman-splaining?
No, it was a small boutique who a woman had stolen.
Oh, yeah.
Shoplifted.
Yeah. Yes.
Shoplifted.
Yes.
I'm going to tell this quickly.
Yes,
Sorry.
absolutely.
Shoplifted. And this boutique also, because it was in a small community, they also had a free will rack, meaning that they had things that were available for free.
Right. You could just take it.
You could just take it. But this woman stole from the boutique side. And then they'd also had like a $3 rack, I guess. So if you even wanted to buy some things that were just of a lesser amount. So this woman, they put her face up and say, hey, if you can help identify her or any of the other surrounding businesses, if you can help us identify her, we'd really appreciate it. So we can contact the police and get yada, yada, yada. Well, lo and behold, before anybody can identify her, She not only steals $1,000 worth of merchandise, 2 days later, she returns back and tries to return the items.
Mm-hmm.
And
Let me steal them and have you buy them back.
So yes, so not only so it's going to clearly they're not going to do this, but they try to kind of distract her while they call the police.
Sure.
And I cannot tell you, it was at least a 75-25% split towards shaming the business owners. How could you humiliate her this way? Why not try to have a conversation with her? Maybe she has an illness, or maybe she's having a problem at home, or maybe she's this, or maybe she's that. And I said to you, what kind of world are we living in when people are...
No, that's you're
and
exactly
we talked
right. That's
about,
brilliant.
hey, whatever happened to our day when you wrote a bad check and it was right there on the cash register.
Right.
Do not take a check from
this person.
We worked in retail, so
Correct.
we knew.
Correct.
There used to be a big,
That
file
book.
when you at that time the only credit cards really were American Expresses or
It was Visas.
whatever. It was a big book, and you had to go through.
Excuse me, with the MasterCard. Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah, you had to
we
look
didn't
up
have
the
computers
individual
yet.
cards because they would
Yes.
print books every, I don't know, month, every 2 months, something like that. I don't
I'm
know.
sure
They-
it wasn't 2 months, but yeah, because I remember when they came in the office, we had to copy them, put them in the 3-ring binder, and anyways.
yeah.
But now we're shaming people, thieves, shoplifters, and this wasn't some young woman. She was probably older than you and I. Anyways, and walked past 2 racks, one that was like, had very inexpensive clothes on it, and another one for free. So it was not
Right.
a person in need. Anyways, that's an example of...
So that's a whole other subject almost. But
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No. And it really, I probably should have brought that up. Well, I didn't know it at the time when I recorded episode 172, talking about consequences, right? Well, here's the reality. What you're talking about is exactly why we have a lot of the issues that we do.
Yes.
That's the reality.
Right.
Oh,
People don't even want to call that wrong.
no. Well, when you don't want to hold people accountable for their actions and give excuses and try to do mental gymnastics, I almost mental gymnastics
Yes. Good job.
to because this gets me going. Now, I will say this, because this gets me going. I don't want to think about that too long. Yes, there's a lot of people in this world that are that way. And most of them have liberal arts degrees. I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
I'm kidding. I'm really kidding. Because I know a guy who has a liberal arts degree, but he's, and you know him, he's got big calves and big ears. And his daughter's an excellent golfer.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
yeah.
I didn't know that.
I think he's got a master's degree in liberal arts. But anyway.
Anyways, I'm sorry I distracted us.
No. That's great because let's talk about reality. And I said reality is truth. People's opinions can change.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where we're at today in the 21st century. It will change. And when things change, that's when it's an indication that it's not true. Because truth doesn't change.
Mm-hmm.
Is it fair?
Mm-hmm.
Does it make sense? Because if we go by what people say, let's look at it this way. Slavery was acceptable and accepted, right?
Mm-hmm. but at least we course correct.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So that means
instead
so
of
that's
the other
not
way.
that's not
Yeah.
truth. Then that's just
Right.
opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Human sacrifices used to be acceptable in a lot of societies. Racial superiority has been accepted. I guess what I'm trying to say is majorities have approved terrible things. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, in and of themselves, in my opinion, societies cannot be our ultimate measuring stick.
And certainly not our moral compass.
No. How do you know that evil exists?
That's what we just talked about.
How do you know that evil exists?
Oh.
I know. You know how I know?
Yeah, go ahead.
I have faced it. I've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen evil.
Mm-hmm.
And when you see evil,
Mm-hmm.
you recognize it.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was going to be your answer. You've seen evil.
Well, I guess so. Then that's where I messed up before. That's why I was.
Yeah.
When I said when that little thing inside of
Yeah,
me goes
yeah.
off,
Mhm.
that's what I was. So I guess
Yeah.
I did. Even with these, I didn't hear. So yes.
So what society doesn't get to say what's good and what's evil because society has got a terrible track record
Mm-hmm.
of doing that. And I don't want this to be all negative. I know some stellar, good people that have lived good lives
Mm-hmm.
and have left this world a better place because of their existence. And I meet people, okay, maybe not daily, because my group is pretty small, right? And I have the same people in my life most of the time. But we know of people that are good, and this earth is better because they were here. They've been here, right? And I'll be honest, being at fair wasn't last week, it was 2 weeks ago now, right? It made me feel good because I saw families working hard to do the quote unquote right thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
With their children.
Mm-hmm.
That was just tremendously encouraging to me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you want to get depressed and talk about evil, all you got to do is turn on your TV and watch the news, open up any news feed on any,
Yeah.
plenty of things to be depressed about.
Right.
But it also depends on what we give our attention to, right? How many times have we said that?
Yeah.
Man, and I choose to look for the red beetle or slug bug, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That game. But man, when you start trying to look for good, it can change your perspective. And we had this conversation at the fair, didn't we?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So, okay. Let's go one level deeper. Can there be good without some standard beyond ourselves?
can there be good without some standard beyond ourselves?
Yeah. Because I personally believe that there is a standard of good. And technically, we ain't it.
Right.
That's,
Yeah.
don't mean to steal a George Carlin line, but
I was going to say, past babies, I don't think so.
well, and you know, babies are pretty self-centered, right?
Yeah.
Is that good?
I know, but I'm looking at it from a grandparent's perspective, because you just pass them off and go home.
But babies can be selfish,
Oh, yeah, I know.
very self-centered.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Have we ever rejected the truth because it's inconvenient? I know I have.
Definitely because I've wanted to pretend that I didn't
Right.
want to know the truth. But I'm still knew the truth.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Isn't that plausible deniability or something like that? Or no, that's when you don't want to know the truth. But when you know the truth, but you deny it, that's a different matter, right?
Yeah.
I think that was you just said, right? You know the truth, but
I
you're
know
really
it.
kind of denying it because it's hurtful. Because truth can be hurtful.
Yeah, because I know when our kids were just shy, teenagers, but
Sure.
we knew some parents that could put their heads in the sand.
Yes.
And I remember saying, boy, I wish I could do that. And so,
Yeah, you can't. It's dangerous.
and so I tried it a time or two, and it didn't work out for me. So I guess that's what I'm saying.
Right.
I knew the truth, and I tried to not know the truth,
Yeah.
and then I just couldn't. I don't know how people knowingly do that.
And that's perfect because we reject truth that's inconvenient,
Mm-hmm.
right? So let me give you some inconvenient. I've heard them all. Here's the truth, and it's inconvenient. All right, so it's hard to contend with. I drink too much. My marriage isn't fine. I'm jealous. I'm wasting my life. I hurt somebody. I've become bitter, Betty. No. No. Okay, that's in the work world. If people could get here, I don't actually know what I claim I know. Okay,
They're being held to the standards of their resume. What?
and these things are why 172 was a long episode, right? Because that's reality,
Mm-hmm.
an inconvenient truth.
Mm-hmm.
Reality always sends the bill.
Mm-hmm.
Because truth doesn't negotiate with us.
Mm-hmm.
It's consistent.
And truth is not easy. Truth is not.
No,
Telling
you're right.
the truth, listening to the truth, not a lot about the truth is easy.
Well, and then we got to close this out, but I want to jump to this just momentarily because I've lived this. I see people around me live this, and I can get into these moods. Why do you think we're so good at seeing other people's lies and so bad at seeing our own. I lie to myself, right?
Oh, I think we all do.
I know,
Not
right?
on purpose.
I know.
Well, some do.
Well,
some don't.
for years, I've gone to. Well, I try not to go to doctors, right? They're not my. I'm not a fan. Well, because it's a racket, and they're all practicing. They say it's a practice, so
Are you speaking in generalities again?
Yes.
Alls, always.
Yes.
No one's.
Yes.
Nobody's.
I can't think of a good one that I've come across yet. Anyway, including the one you like, but I think you're liking her less and less. But
anyways, carry on.
What have I said? I want them to tell me I'm healthy.
Yeah.
And they won't tell me I'm healthy. Why? Because I smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so because I smoke, you can't. I thought you did these tests, and well, I don't see anything wrong. Well, okay, then I'm healthy.
And that's
well, no, I'm not going to say that because you smoke.
That's still not true. You're still lying to yourself. That's still not true. We'll have that conversation off
okay.
air.
Yeah, HIPAA laws. I have no idea. There's natural law, there's the physics, and there's HIPAA laws. I
didn't sign any
for
of
Christmas.
those.
Oh no, that's a hippopotamus.
Hippopotamus.
Yeah.
I didn't sign one of those. Could you send that to my admin, please? Oh, I am the admin.
Correct. Okay, look, here's where I want to be real clear. Truth isn't merely knowing correct facts. All right? I don't want to mislead anyone.
Mm-mm.
That's not what I'm talking about by truth. I mean, suppose truth is something that you live in alignment with. Someone can understand nutrition perfectly and eat terribly. Ta-da! Here I am. They know everything about marriage and they're a terrible spouse. Ta-da! Here I am.
Are you Moses?
They study ethics and behave dishonestly, right? We know.
Mm-hmm.
They know everybody. They know everything about compassion and never help anybody. So perhaps knowing truth requires more than intellectual agreement. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So perhaps truth has to become a way.
I am the way, the truth, and the light.
Mm-hmm.
No one comes to me.
So it's ours to discover, right?
Mm-hmm. No one comes to the Father except through the Son. Sorry, I messed that up.
I think you did pretty well. Okay. Have we thoroughly confused everybody?
I think so.
Have we given enough questions with no answers? Because that's what I'm trying to do.
I think
is give questions with no answers.
We have learned we will never do one of these in the evening again.
Yeah, because we're now beyond an hour, so we got to bring this thing to a close.
Drive it on in to the train station, baby.
Well, I want to come back to the question we started with. If something is true and nobody believes it, is it still true?
Yes.
Okay. And here's the part I've been thinking. Truly, maybe the greatest danger isn't believing something that's wrong. because every one of us has done that. We've all certainly been about something, we've thought about something, or we believed something and discovered later that it was not real, it was wrong. But maybe the greatest danger really is becoming the kind of person who can't be corrected.
Mm-hmm.
Because if truth exists independently of us, then seeking truth requires something from us. It's called humility. I have to be willing to say, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe about something small. Maybe about something I've believed for years. Maybe about another person. Maybe about myself. Maybe even about the way I've chosen to live my life. That's uncomfortable. Because it's much easier to search for evidence that confirms that I've already believed than it is to genuinely ask, what is true? And maybe that's the difference between defending a belief and seeking the truth. One begins with the answers and looks for evidence. The other begins with a question and is willing to follow the answer wherever it leads. And that leaves us with another question. If truth really exists outside of us, where did it come from? If reality has an order, if human beings have a nature, if something really are good and some things are really are evil, if truth isn't something we invented, then what exactly have we discovered? Or maybe, who have we discovered? And we're going to leave that question sit right there. Because maybe the first step toward truth isn't having all the right answers. Maybe it's becoming willing to discover where we went wrong. But if the truth is worth seeking, then we have to be willing to follow it wherever it leads. So until next time, keep asking questions, keep seeking truth, keep picking them up and putting them down, and above all, keep Crusade with me.